ECU acting head coach is Nicole Mealing. She took over the acting head coaching job in December of last year in 2018. We'll get to her story a little bit later in the broadcast, as she is 4-11 as the acting head coach this season, the last couple of months for ECU. Opening tap, and here we go, and Cincinnati has the opening possession of the game. We talked about Antoinette Miller in the open. Also keep an eye out for number 23, Amari Thomas, who will see some action as well today. One of the great sophomores for this team, as Florence Sifa getting the start today and knocks down the first jumper.
Oh, and Amari Thomas, who you just talked about, was the American Freshman of the Year. She's great in the paint, good with her back to the basket. As we see Cincinnati come out in a 1-2-2 full court press, we will watch them mix up their defense tonight. They play some zone, they play some man, and they get down the floor quickly as well.
Cincinnati 17-9 of the year, traveling on Miller. 9-4 in the American, coming off a convincing 74-47 win on Wednesday against Tulsa. Debbie, this is a red-hot Bearcat team. They've won 3 of their last 4 and 8 of their last 10.
Oh, Coach Clark Hurd in her first season has really come in and preached defense to this team, and you'll watch them today. They make it very difficult for opposing point guards, as you have to read the defense on every possession. Right now, a little bit of a zone, 1-2-2.
Johnson draws contact, no call, they play on. And more on the rebound, here comes Sam Rogers. Rogers considered to be the glue player for this team for Michelle Clark Hurd, native of Cincinnati, playing for the UC Bearcats. Sifa inside, draws the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Sifa making the Pirates play. East Carolina loves to get up in the passing lane. Sifa with the nice read, the nice backdoor cut, beautiful pass delivery, and she's able to get herself to the free throw line.
So Florence Sifa at the line, junior college transfer from Jacksonville College in Texas, had 14 points and 7 rebounds in her last game in the win against Tulsa back on Wednesday night.
Well, she's getting her 4th start of the season, really starting to come into her own in a Bearcat uniform and giving them just an injection of scoring and defense. She's great on both ends as Cincinnati continues with their pressure, really meant to eat time off the shot clock. As we see, Pirates right now 20 seconds before they are able to get into their offense.
ECU 13-13 record, 4-9 in the American. It has lost 2 in a row and 8 of its last 11. Frazier gets inside and banks it in.
Alex Frazier, the senior, injured to start the season, but really in the second half of the season is really coming into a surge. A very capable scorer. As we see Antoinette Miller with the quickness come off that high screen, attack the rim and score.
Yeah, made it look so easy, got around the defense and laid it in for 2.
Bearcats continuing to stay in this 3-2 zone. I love Angel Razor up front, 6-foot junior, that big wingspan, making it difficult to make passes, to reverse the floor, and they come up with the turnover, and they're off to the races.
First turnover on ECU, reach-in foul on Desiree Corbin. That's 2 quick ones on Corbin, and she'll likely have to come out of the game.
Watch this double high screen. Antoinette Miller, the little hesitation and the beautiful finish. She's 5'6", but she's so quick and crafty with the ball. Had not started a game in her career until this year, and now she leads this team at the point, playing behind the Cincinnati great Anna Owens for her freshman and sophomore year, and now this is her team, and she is running it well.
LaShonda Monk trying to pass up the floor. Ball kicked out of bounds by the Bearcats. It'll stay with ECU.
Well, and that's the East Carolina transition we talked about in the open. A little bit of an errant pass there by Monk, but they like to get out. Post players will run rim to rim, and certainly LaShonda Monk, one of the best at starting the transition game.
And Frazier finds a wide open Monk, elects not to take the open 3. Johnson driving hard to the lane and missed the shot off the glass. Out of bounds, it goes back to Cincinnati. Had a good opening down the paint. Debbie just couldn't lay it in.
She did a great job. Raven Johnson, she leads this team in scoring and rebounding. She can attack the rim. She can hit the jumper from the outside. She has tripled her scoring and her rebounding from last season. Really worked on her game in the offseason.
Rogers off the mark on that three. Offensive rebound, Reiser. And they get it back to Miller up front. Miller on the drive again, and can't finish this time. Rebound out of bounds off of East Carolina. It'll stay with Cincinnati.
Bearcats again going to that double high ball screen. Miller able to get to the rim once again, but unable to convert. ECU is going to have to find an answer for that.
Reiser finds Warren, goes inside and banks it in.
Nice job by Reiser to share the basketball, make the extra pass, and set her teammate up.
16th meeting all time between these two teams. East Carolina leads at all time 9-6, but these teams have split the last 4 matchups. And Destiny Campbell knocks it in from the foul line, her first 2 points of the night.
And that gives the Pirates an opportunity to get into their full court pressure. They are going to press on every make, and that was a nice pass into the heart of that 3-2 defense. That free throw line area is going to be open all night long.
Reiser off the mark in transition from the foul line. Rebound ECU. Here's Alex Frazier, 5'9", senior guard. Had 6 points in her last game in the loss against USF in this building back on Wednesday night.
And we'll see Alex Frazier and LeJean DeMonk just go back and forth with who's going to play the point. There's great execution by the Pirates. Destiny Campbell with the bucket. She's number 4 in the conference in block shots, but right now showing us what she can do on the offensive end.
Reiser on the break, can't convert. Offensive rebound by Antoinette Miller, and the Bearcats will reset. Reiser against Campbell, and lays it in.
And there's that powerful inside game we talked about in the open. Reiser so strong down low, into addition to Amari Thomas. They really have a nice 1-2 punch in the paint.
And ball knocked that way out of bounds off of Cincinnati. It'll stay with East Carolina. How about Reiser scoring easily inside underneath?
And that's great footwork. The nice face-up, power dribble, taking it to the rim, and that's an easy finish for her.
Justice G, number 0 into the game, inbounding the basketball for ECU, her first action of the day.
And Amari Thomas, number 23 in the game as well. ACC Freshman of the Year last season. She leads her team in scoring. She's first in the American in field goal percentage, shooting 63% from the floor.
Corbin off the mark, rebound Reiser for Cincinnati. And a steal by Justice G. 3-on-2, G up to Monk. Second turnover on Cincinnati, and the Pirates cut the lead to 2.
Great back tip by Justice G.
And Miller knocks in a deep 3, her second basket of the quarter, her 5th point of the game. Bearcats lead at 13-8.
You cannot leave her open. You can just see how focused she is. Those eyes, they just lock in. Bearcats continuing to stay in the zone.
Frazier, tough shot and knocks it down. Hand in her face and no problem. Nothing but net. On the other end, Reiser all alone and scores.
The officials are getting a little bit of a workout now with this back and forth great game. Great job by the Bearcats to look up and look down the floor just to right over the top of that press.
Campbell knocks it in again. She has 3 baskets in this game already in the first quarter. She has 6.
Coach Mealing told us that she's great against the zone in the high post, and right now she's showing us what she can do, and that is the most vulnerable spot against the 3-2 zone, that free throw line area, and right now East Carolina taking full advantage.
Here's Amari Thomas. The sophomore has her shot blocked by Corbin. Oh, she's been active already in this first quarter. This is LeJean DeMonk. Now finds Frazier. The Pirates will reset with Corbin inside. And near steal, taken though by G, and can't convert. Rebound by Reiser.
You see both these teams just like to get out and run, and there's Florence Sifa. Wasn't a great pass, but she was able to corral it and finish it at the rim.
2 points for Sifa, now 6 in the game. And we have 10 tired basketball players out there right now, as we were supposed to have a media timeout at the under 5-minute mark, but we haven't had a dead ball yet. G in the lane, puts it out.
Wow, great vision by Monk. The skip pass over the top of the zone to G. And Bearcats are doing such a great job inbounding the ball quickly, and it's a surefire way to not let the press set up. They really must have worked on that. They get it in and they go, and East Carolina hasn't really been able to get into their press. Nice defense by G. Forcing, rejecting, being able to reject the screen, rims around and comes out.
And a stop of the action, and finally our under 5-minute media timeout. 2:11 to go in this back and forth first quarter. Justice G finds a wide open Monk as the Pirates only trail by 3. Back in Greenville, and Debbie Destiny Campbell has been very active off the bench for the Pirates in the first quarter.
Well, the 6'1" senior has found the sweet spot in the zone. She loves the pull-up jump shot. She is 3 for 4 from the floor. 4 points, great footwork on the face-up right there. And right now on the defensive end, she's number 4 in the American in blocks, adding another one to her total.
Destiny Campbell right now 6 points in this game in the first quarter. She came in averaging 6 points per game. She has not scored more than 8 points in the last 4 games. And she was scoreless against Houston. So far 6 points today for East Carolina. She will take a breather. And at the line for Cincinnati, Angel Reiser, a 64% free throw shooter, knocks it down. Cincinnati 3 of 3 from the line this afternoon. We're making Amari Thomas rather at the line. Amari Thomas makes them both.
Well, we said there were going to have to be some Pirates that stepped up for this team today in the scoring column. And Destiny Campbell only averages 18 minutes a game, but really taking advantage of her minutes early in this contest as we see LaShonda Monk launch one from behind the arc and the battle on the boards.
And saved by East Carolina. Here's Monk to try and reset the offense up front. New shot clock for ECU.
Coach Mealing telling us they like to have 70 possessions a game, and today the battle on the boards is going to be so important, creating second shot opportunities. Monk, again, third shot opportunity.
As Nicole Hope had the air ball, shot clock did not reset. It's down to 7 in the corner. Monk wide open for the 3. Fight for the rebound, and Raven Johnson has it back. Another opportunity for ECU.
And this is exactly what the Pirates need to do to compete in this game against a tough Bearcat team. It's the hustle plays, the steals, the extra effort, the extra possessions, the offensive boards. 4 possessions in a row for the Pirates.
Monk, tough shot. She got fouled, and she'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Just get a little insight into how crafty LaShonda Monk is with the basketball and how she can just create her own shot whenever she wants, able to just little shake it up, dribble, put her head down, attack the rim, and she draws the foul, and she's going to the free throw line for 2.
So Monk at the line, a 76% free throw shooter, puts in the first free throw. She is just 1 steal away from 100 this season, and we're only in February.
Well, with 3 steals in this game, she will move into the top 10 in career steals in East Carolina history. She's only a sophomore, just phenomenal on the defensive end.
Exactly 1 minute to go in the quarter. And Cincinnati on the road leads it by 3. This is Nakira Goings in the game for the first time. A long 2 and puts it in. Only shooting 36% from the floor. That was a tough shot, and she knocked it down.
And she's the best on this team from behind the arc, but that was nice off the screen, off the dribble, great body control.
A kicked ball, and they'll inbound on the sideline for ECU. It's an ECU club which has dropped 2 in a row to Houston on the road, and then also at home against USF back on Wednesday night. And acting head coach Nicole Mealing felt her team let 2 games get away, just couldn't close out the games very well, hoping for a better outcome here tonight.
They have had some great runs. Coach Mealing just wants them to play 40 minutes, finish the 4th quarter, do it for the entire game. That's what's going to lead them to success.
15 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. Thomas inside, tough shot, too strong, got her own rebound, and they go the other way. Offensive foul called on Cincinnati on the rebound. Looks like it's on Florence Sifa. That's her first.
Right now, the East Carolina defense doing a great job limiting good looks by sophomore sensation Amari Thomas, not letting her get deep position in the paint and forcing her into some difficult shots.
2 seconds to go. G has to put it up. Instead, Monk will at the buzzer, and it's well short. That's the end of the first quarter of play. Up and down we've gone, back and forth we go. And after 1, it's Cincinnati 21 and East Carolina 16. You're watching women's college basketball in the American Conference on ESPN3. And assistant coach Chad Killinger was named the interim head coach. And then in December, Coach Killinger has to take a leave of absence due to a non-life-threatening medical issue. He took a leave of absence, and they promoted assistant coach Nicole Mealing that same day on December 26th as the acting head coach, and she's been in that role for the past couple of months.
When Coach Mealing played for Heather Macy, the former East Carolina coach, she knows the system. She played for it, Francis Marion. She knows what she wants these players to do. And we asked her, you know, what have you learned from your head coaching experience thus far? And she said, I've learned that I'm capable. Yep. And I love that answer because she just does this with a very confident but controlled and composed demeanor. She's very positive with her team, and I think they're really well respected by them.
As Nakira Goings hits a big 3, her second basket of the day, her first tray. She has 5 points. And yeah, Coach Mealing told us that her plan was just to be a loyal assistant coach at a program forever for the rest of her career. And oh, how things change as Nicole Hope puts one in from outside her first 2 of the game.
It looks like we are going to have a high-scoring contest. Both teams coming out on fire. Nice switch on the perimeter by Monk.
And a turnover, steal by ECU. 4th turnover on Cincinnati. And then is there traveling on ECU? Is that what happened?
Look that way. This is the East Carolina does best. They force you into turnovers. They play pressure defense. They pressure the ball. They get up in the passing lanes. They make you play faster than you want to. It looks like here Cincinnati is going to hold on to possession.
Sifa drops it in. She has 8 points in this first half. She averages 7 points a game.
She's really starting to play well. Second half of the season, coming into her own, her fourth start. Great elevation on that pull-up jump shot.
Campbell stumbles and scores anyway. She's in double figures with 10. She averages only 6 points per game, 10 already in the first half. Miller down the lane. Off the mark. Saved out of bounds. And then it's out of bounds off of ECU.
Just love the hustle by both teams right now. But Destiny Campbell is a senior, and there are 3 regular season games to go, and she knows what's on the line here for her team. She knows her team has a chance to continue to climb and get a strong seed in the American tournament, and right now giving it everything she has.
Sifa, oh, she rolled her ankle, and she's down on the deck. A turnover on Cincinnati, goes back to ECU.
Looks like she's in a little bit of pain, just a little misstep by Florence Sifa, and we saw her roll it as we watch the replay right now. She just goes and she steps, and she just rolls that right ankle, and down she goes. That's sad for the Bearcats. Sifa playing so well. We get another look at it. Yeah, she just little step and rolled it right out, but it looks like she's going to get up right now. You know, she's a tough kid. We said she's a transfer from Jacksonville College in Texas, and she's played on the Burundian national team in the African Championship Cup, but she left her country, her East African country in civil war, political unrest, so she's used to adversity, and she's now here and taking full advantage of her first season in a Bearcat uniform.
Yeah, from the country of Burundi, which is in Africa. 2 years of junior college ball, and now playing Division I with Cincinnati. At least her shoe didn't blow up like Zion Williamson's did.
She's lucky for that. That was quite something.
That was something else, wasn't it?
That was, I don't see that every day. All those folks that paid a couple $1,000s a ticket to sit and see Zion didn't get to see him very long.
And he was wearing his shoe on his leg, on his shin. Monk, a 3. Green, offensive rebound, and puts it in.
Wow, Salita Green, the junior, great job on the offensive board. She led the conference last year on the offensive glass and getting it done again for her team tonight. And these are the little points, the second chance that East Carolina is going to need to win this game. And right now they're doing a fantastic job.
That's Green's first 2 points of the game. Senior from down the road in Durham, North Carolina, just down the road here on I-40. Miller from the elbow, book it.
She's just so composed. It's just so hard to guard her off of that high screen. She's quick with her dribble, and if she gets a little daylight, she gets 2 dribbles off that screen, she pulls up and knocks it down. She's a great player, fun to watch.
Monk from the elbow, way off the mark. Nice contested defensive attempt by Thomas. Ball goes out of bounds back to Cincinnati.
I think Monk wanted the tip on that one, but the officials didn't call it. Opportunity for the Pirates to get in their press, but choosing to get back. Because the Bearcats did such a great job out of the gate. Nice high hedge on that. Continuing to work this high ball screen. Nicole Hope did a great job getting over the top, and now we see the high-low game that Cincinnati loves to work. And again, Destiny Campbell with the block.
She has been so active in this game this afternoon, Debbie. I mean, coming off the bench, instant offense, already 10 points in this first half, and now a couple of blocks as well.
The Bearcats have been so effective in the post, but right now, Destiny Campbell just dominating on the defensive end, saying, no, no, you're not getting to the rim on me. The senior stepping up huge for her team in this contest.
Campbell is in double figures for the 5th time this season. First time since the game against Tulane back on February 2nd. She's been so active, so aggressive and productive in this first half, especially in the first quarter. Miller off the mark, offensive rebound, Reiser can't finish. Green the rebound.
Salita Green goes up with the one arm. There's the lead pass to Monk. Wisely, she pulls it out, lets her team get set. Now we see the Bearcats, looks like they might be in man-to-man or up, switching up, no, staying in that zone. Bringing Sam Rogers up top. She's got some length as well. She's 5'10". Like to play a tall player with a nice wingspan at the top of that 3-2.
3 to shoot. Johnson, Frazier at the buzzer. No, does not draw the rim. Shot clock violation. 3rd turnover on ECU.
Coach Clark Hurd liking that one. Good defense by her team.
Coach Clark Hurd in her first season at the helm of Cincinnati, former assistant coach for the Bearcats several years ago, 2002 to 2005. Had a great run as the head coach for the last 6 seasons at Western Kentucky. Thomas inside, draws the foul, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Bearcats do such a great job working the high-low game, set up by the high screen. You see the nice post up. Amari Thomas just buries her defender. She gets great position, and right now she's not able to finish, but you can guarantee that the Bearcats are going to look for that high-low all night long.
So Thomas at the line, 66% free throw shooter. She's now 3 of 3 at the line, and her coach, Michelle Clark Hurd, spoke very highly about Thomas earlier this week when we talked to the coaching staff. Feels like her potential is so high and so good. She always challenges her every day to get better, and she's been improving ever since day one. Thomas short on that shot, rebound by Green.
She's struggling to convert, but she continues to get position. And for a sophomore, she's in the top 10 in the American Conference in scoring, rebound, as we said, #1 in field goal percentage. 63% she shoots from the floor. Going to see a little man-to-man defense now by the Bearcats. Here they go with their multiple defensive system, mixing it up.
3 to shoot. Monk with 2. Monk has to put it up, and well short, just barely draws the iron. Rebound by Cincinnati.
Back-to-back great defensive possessions by the Bearcats as Goines gets a good look. She's going to launch it if she has room. She's so proficient from behind the arc, and here come the Pirates off to the races.
Campbell off the mark, rebound Sam Rogers for the Bearcats. Here comes Miller. Miller stopped, now finds Rogers. Inside, 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Miller on the drive. Nice deflection out of bounds off of Raven Johnson. Stays with Cincinnati, and a timeout on the floor with 4:50 to go in this second quarter. And the Pirates at home hanging around, only trailing 5-5 here on ESPN 3. Or as a junior, I should say, is a starter, and Coach Clark Hurd spoke very highly of her before the game, saying she just brings it every day, and she's been one of the leaders of the team this year. Miller with the ball in her hands again. Tough shot, 3 to shoot. Off the iron, rebound by Alex Frazier, but she's out of bounds. It'll stay with Cincinnati, new shot clock as well.
Love the Miller-Monk matchup. They're both 5'6". They're both so quick and athletic. East Carolina continuing to switch on the perimeter. So they may not start matched up, but often they end up matched up. Nice power up.
Deja Puckett missed the first one, makes the second attempt. That's her first points of the game and her first action of the day.
She only averages 10 minutes a game, but she makes the most of those minutes, going powerful to the rim for the second chance opportunity.
Salita Green traveled, 3rd turnover on ECU. And so far, each team going into that last timeout, shooting 44% from the field. Both teams 11 of 25 overall. Cincinnati 2 of 5 on threes. East Carolina is 0 for 5 on 3-point shots so far tonight. Goings in transition, off the mark. And the rebound by Destiny Campbell for ECU.
And East Carolina was able to get back into their press on that possession because it was a dead ball. They've stopped doing it on made baskets, which is really their go-to. But as we said, the Bearcats did such a great job getting through those press inbounding quickly. But now every time there's a dead ball, you're going to see them get into it, and another turnover by the Pirates.
Rogers leading the break, finds Miller open for the three. That's her second three of the game. She has 10 points, and the lead is up to 10 for Cincinnati.
That's just a great heads-up play by Sam Rogers, the 5'10 junior. She's a shooter. Coach Clark Hurd telling us she is the glue of this team. She started every game of her career.
Johnson, 0 for 6 now are the Pirates from downtown. Rebound by Cincinnati. Miller on the drive, can't convert. Offensive rebound, Reiser. And now Rogers will reset the offense up top for Cincinnati. Puckett inside position and scores.
High low, high low, high low. They love to work it. Great position by Puckett. Bearcats just do such a nice job burying their defender. Pirates are going to have to find a way to get around and deny those touches for those high percentage shots.
Biggest lead of the night for either team. Cincinnati by 12, 2.5 to go in the first half. And a blocking foul called on Cincinnati.
Get to see this replay. Great position by Puckett. She gets her defender on her back, and that's an easy, easy shot for her. Right now, way too easy down low for the Bearcats.
Fouls on Raven Johnson. That's her first. It's team foul number 2 as Cincinnati is on a 10-0 run in the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Nicole Hope. Fadeaway jump shot. No from the lefty. Out of bounds to Cincinnati.
Another dead ball situation allows the Pirates to get into their 1-2-2 press, and we'll see LaShonda Monk here. It's a diamond press. LaShonda Monk plays that second line where she can anticipate pickoff passes. Nice job. Florence Sifa back in the game after rolling her ankle. Bright spot for the Bearcats.
Rogers, offensive foul. Use that right arm to shield off the defender, LaShonda Monk. Turnover on Cincinnati, and a foul on Rogers.
LaShonda Monk is doing a great job, and I think Sam Rogers has a little argument there. She kind of got bumped by LaShonda Monk, but LaShonda Monk really working that matchup, making Sam Rogers frustrated. Sam Rogers usually so cool, calm, and collected. She backs up the point. She guards the opponent's best player. Right now, held scoreless.
Exactly 2 minutes to go in this first half. Pirates ball down a dozen. They skip it over to G. Baseline shot goes down for Justice G, her second basket of the game. She has 4 points.
Little confusion there defensively on defense. Nice job breaking the press by the Bearcats.
Miller, who's had a great first half, hands it over to Rogers. Shot clock inside of 10. Sifa goes to the turnaround J, and it goes down for Florence Sifa. That ankle seems to be feeling pretty well.
Wow, what a beautiful pull-up. And the Pirates had done such a great job. The shot clock was almost expired. They kept fighting over screens, switching on the perimeter, and there's an unforced error by Justice G. But that's what the Bearcats have been able to do. They're picking up this pace. It's kind of frenetic right now. They're knocking down shots, and East Carolina is just not in their comfort zone. They need to cut into this lead with going under a minute to go in the half. Nice job by Justice G getting over that screen. There you see the perimeter switch. The ball goes into the hands of LaShonda Monk.
And out ahead of the pack is Johnson. She'll try for the layup.
And that's what the Pirates do best, create offense with their defense. Here they are back in their full court press. LaShonda Monk right now. Mari Thomas has the mismatch, being guarded by a much smaller LaShonda Monk, not capitalizing on it as Monk switches back out.
Puckett goes to the turnaround, rolls off. Thomas, the rebound. Can't put it in, and Puckett inside. She draws the foul, and she'll head to the line for 2 shots. Active rebounding offensively for the Bearcats inside.
Well, the Bearcats are just starting to become overpowering down low in the paint. That dynamic duo down there. One misses, one gets it. And Amari Thomas just having such a hard time converting. And as we said, she leads the conference in field goal percentage, but she just can't find the bottom of the net in this first half. Puckett cleaning it up, getting herself to the free throw line.
And Deja Puckett at the line. Her dad, Willie Puckett, played basketball in the Sun Belt Conference at Georgia Southern. She has her 5th point of the game. And it's the Bearcats by 11. Shot clock turned off here in the second quarter. 15 seconds to go.
Switching on the perimeter by the Bearcats, staying in their man-to-man.
Frazier with 4. Tough shot off the mark. Rebound, Monk has to put it up at the buzzer. It's off, and halftime is here in Greenville.
Great effort by both teams in the first half, but right now the Bearcats just getting it done in the paint with power, with precision, knocking down the high percentage shots.
Cincinnati is 11-2 and leading at the half this year. ECU 3-11 when trailing at the break. Right now 39-28. Cincinnati leads it at the break here on ESPN3.
Cincinnati back-to-back 10 conference win seasons, and she took this program over from Jamel Elliott, the team that had won 19 games in the previous season, 3 returning starters, so she has a lot of firepower back, but she's been able to create her own culture, add her defensive system, and really have this team playing well.
Campbell can't get the roll. She had a good first half. 0 for 1 from the field so far from her in the third quarter. Here's Miller for Cincinnati. Wide open, Reiser from the perimeter and left it short. Rebound by Destiny Campbell. Again, great player off the bench in the first half, starting in the second half as Frazier draws the foul. Can't convert, but she'll go to the line and she'll shoot 2.
Nice response by the Pirates, get it down the floor. They're going to drive it until someone stops them, and there we see Alex Frazier, the senior, the sense of urgency, taking it hard to the rim.
So Frazier at the line, no dribbles, just steps right into the foul shot and knocks it in for her 5th point of the game. And Coach Mealing told us that Frazier is basically an extension of herself on the floor, one of the leaders of this club, and she goes 2 for 2 on that trip. And it's down to a single-digit deficit for ECU.
Pirates switching on the perimeter. Look like they're in a 2-3 zone right now, switching up their defense.
Reiser, too strong. Offensive rebound, Sifa, too short. And Green picks up the loose ball rebound for ECU. Campbell, fadeaway jump shot, no. Rogers the rebound for Cincinnati. Up the floor it goes to Sifa. 1-on-3, slicing through the lane, had her shot blocked. Lauren had it into the hands of Johnson for ECU. Pirates win a run. Frazier, hand check foul called on Sam Rogers, and that's her 3rd.
Here we go again. Destiny Campbell, the senior, another block to add to her tally today. Perfect timing right there on defense. Pirates able to get out with their transition game, get down the court. It's really going to be, though, LaShonda Monk.
And Campbell scores inside her first points of the quarter, give her a dozen for the night.
Here comes the press again. They're going to crank up the heat. Their MO is create offense with defense, get deflections, get steals.
It's down to a 7-point game, and Goings is wide open for the 3. Running out, rebound, picked up by Alex Frazier. It's 3-on-2. Johnson trying to create on Goings and left it short. Rebound out of bounds to Cincinnati.
Raven Johnson struggling. That's 1 for 8 from her from the floor. She and Monk at the half were a combined 2 for 15. The 2 leading scorers really having a tough time putting the ball in the basket today. Nice press break by the Bearcats. Looks like Pirates going to stay in this 2-3 zone, force the Bearcats to beat them from the outside, or maybe man-to-man. Tough to tell right now.
Might be one of those old Rick Pitino Louisville defenses where it's a 2-3 zone with man-to-man principles.
It'll be interesting to see because Cincinnati was kind of having their way in the paint. So it'll be interesting to see if East Carolina chooses to force them to beat them from the outside.
That's traveling on Cincinnati. It's 8th turnover of the day. As Angel Reiser comes back into the Bearcats lineup, she'll replace Florence Sifa. Right now it's Pirates ball with Frazier, Campbell, Johnson, Green, and Monk. Pirates hanging around, down 11 at the break, now down just 7 here early in the third quarter. Monk tries to slip the pass inside and is taken away by Cincinnati. Turnover on ECU, it's 8th. Wide open is Miller for 3. Offensive rebound, Goings, and the Bearcats will reset with Rogers up front. Miller just inside the line, knocks it in.
Miller wide open on both shot opportunities. She can't leave her open too often. She's eventually going to hit one, and she continues on her scoring run.
Frazier, tough runner. Almost got the roll. High rebound taken away by Antoinette Miller. She wants to run. Miller all the way. Blocked but fouled by Raven Johnson. And Miller will head to the line for 2 shots.
And you just watch just the little hesitation, the explosion to the basket. And we talked at the half of what did East Carolina have to do to stop the Bearcats, and we talked about the post play, but let's talk a little bit about Antoinette Miller. And when we asked Coach Mealing about this game, she said one of the keys was cut off the head of the snake. And by saying that, she was referring to Antoinette Miller as the point guard, and to stop the Bearcats, you had to slow down Antoinette Miller, and right now, Antoinette Miller just having her way with the Pirates.
She averages 12 points a game, has 13 points in this game today, had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in the win over Tulsa at home back on Wednesday night. Comes up short on the second free throw, but Bearcats with the offensive rebound.
Justice G has been given the task to try to limit Antoinette Miller's touches.
Shot clock at 8. Miller sees it and reach in foul with 6 to shoot. It's on Alex Frazier of the Pirates, and that's her second. And the rebounding numbers, you talked about it at halftime, Debbie. Sizable advantage for the Bearcats. Right now, Cincinnati out-rebounding ECU 30-19 here in this game so far.
Well, at the half, the Bearcats 11 second chance points to the Pirates 4. Big difference in this contest.
Here's Miller, 13 points, 1 above her average so far in this game. Sifa from the baseline. Won't stay down for her. Rebound, fought for, picked up by Nicole Hope for ECU. Here's G.
I like what Nicole Hope gives this team. She gives them a little size in the perimeter. You know, she's a capable scorer. She had a career-high 25 earlier this season against UNC Wilmington. She made 6 threes, so she can get it done for her team.
And the rebound taken away by Cincinnati. Sifa on the break, on the run, Euro step, and it won't stay down for her. Almost banked it in. Reiser offensive rebound. Miller inside. Thomas goes to the fadeaway and drops it in.
There's Thomas. That's got to feel good, finding the bottom of the net.
Monk can't finish. A late foul called on the shot attempt, and Monk will head to the line for 2 shots. It's on Thomas, her second foul. So here's LaShonda Monk. Has 4 points in this game, all in the first half. Had 12 points, 7 assists Wednesday in the loss in this building against USF.
Well, we said for the Pirates to be successful this evening, they were going to have to put 70 points on the board, and right now with 33, it's not looking good for them. You can see the Bearcats, they're a pretty capable, potent offensive team.
Second shot for Monk, native of Greensboro, North Carolina, a couple of hours down the road here on I-40, and goes 2 for 2 at the line. Pirates are 6 of 6 at the stripe as a team tonight.
I see Alex Frazier given the task to guard Antoinette Miller, trying to deny the ball into her hands. And I think that may be an answer to this, is try to keep the ball out of Antoinette Miller's hands as you see the switch on the double high screen, but she's just so quick.
Shot clock inside of 10. Goings finds Miller with 5 to shoot. Miller against G, 3 to shoot. Miller has it taken away by Monk, and a reach-in foul called on Antoinette Miller as the shot clock buzzer sounded. That's the second on Monk. And a timeout on the floor here in Greenville. 4:45 to go in the third, and Cincinnati on the road leads it by 10 on ESPN 3.
The loose ball for her team.
She has struggled from the field tonight, 1 of 8 shooting, 6 points. She and Raven Johnson in the backcourt have combined to go 2 for 16 from the floor, and only 8 points through 2.5 quarters of this game so far. Trying to get back on track here out of the timeout in quarter number 3 as Hope from the baseline, shot denied and blocked away by Andeja Puckett for the Bearcats out of bounds.
The Bearcats back in that 3-2 zone, had a lot of success with that in the first half. Nice ball movement. The pocket out there with the great timing.
So Frazier will inbound from the corner, finds Green. Pirates are 0 of 7 from three-point range here tonight. So there's a foul called just inside the line. It's on Cincinnati. Going to the line for 2 shots is Alex Frazier.
Alex Frazier just kind of taking things into her own hands right now. She gets a little bit of room. Puckett gets her on the arm. Good call by the officials. But she's trying so hard to propel her team to victory.
So the free throw goes down for Frazier. ECU 7 of 7 at the line. That one rims out. Here's Sam Rogers playing with 3 fouls so far in this game for Cincinnati. We talked about it early in the game. She is the glue to this team, according to head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd. Inside Thomas and lays it in.
And that is a box and one. Nicole Hope in the game to face guard Antoinette Miller, cutting off the head of the snake. Bearcats doing a great job feeding her right into the middle of the defense and scoring.
Salita Green can't convert. Out of bounds. And it'll go back to Cincinnati.
Allows the Pirates to get into their full court pressure. Bearcats have done a great job breaking the pressure with composure, taking care of the ball. We said that would be important in the open, and they have nice curl cut. And again, Amari Thomas just coming up short at the rim. So atypical for her.
And Frazier, Euro step, and floats one in. Alex Frazier now with 9 points, and the lead is cut to 10. Here's Thomas over to Reiser, 1 on 3, and traveling on Reiser.
Nice job, Nicole Hope, chasing that down, forcing that travel. It's Alex Frazier taking it hard to the basket, powering to the rim, and the finish.
So East Carolina within striking distance, down 10. With a quarter and 3 minutes to go in this game. Monk inside Green, shot blocked again, this time by Thomas, taken by Rogers. Sifa, 3 on 2, Euro step, and scores.
And a costly open court turnover. Bearcats able to take advantage of that. Bearcats with a little bit of their own pressure. Frazier again with the pull-up, and she's on fire.
And she has now double-figure point totals of 11. And the lead is up to 10 again at 48-38. Bearcats able to break the pressure. Miller, Rogers, Thomas, Reiser, and Sifa, the five of the floor. Here's Miller driving, and a hand check foul called on Nicole Hope of East Carolina. And that's her first.
Nicole Hope has been given a pretty tough assignment to have to guard that lightning-quick Antoinette Miller. Just love the hustle by both teams right now, knowing how valuable every one of these wins is as it comes down the stretch. Great effort by both teams.
Cincinnati has won 3 of its last 4 and 8 of its last 10. Pirates have dropped 2 straight and 8 of their last 11. Turnover on Cincinnati, number 9. As Justice G tries to get things going. Here's Frazier. Pull-up jump shot, and that's off the mark. And Antoinette Miller skies high for the rebound for Cincinnati. Sifa's pass intercepted, and then taken right back by Sifa. Missing the shot inside. Campbell the rebound, and the quick outlet to Monk.
Great choice to pull it out by LaShonda Monk. Let her team get settled in. It's gone back and forth last couple possessions.
Campbell too strong. Rebound Rogers.
Rogers, who has not scored a point tonight, but you can just see how important she is to the success of this team. Coach Clark Hurd calling her the glue. She's always talking. She really knows how to control the tempo of the game. She makes the right pass, gets her teammates set up.
And Reiser knocks it in from the baseline, her 3rd basket of the night. She has 6 points, and the lead is up to 12. Approaching 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. G against Miller. Miller hounding G. Shot clock inside of 10. This is Monk. Monk on the drive. Good defense by Miller. Loose ball. Fighting for it. Monk, Reiser, jump ball. The possession arrow goes back to Cincinnati.
How about Antoinette Miller on that defensive possession? She's just so good with the shoulder-to-shoulder switches, and the great job keeping Monk in front of her, moving her feet, getting the deflection, coming up with the ball, and then everybody on the floor.
Miller will come out of the game with a little breather before the end of the 3rd quarter.
Great opportunity for Coach with less than a minute to give her an extended break going into the 4th.
Into the game for the first time is Monique Thompson, number 22 with the ball, finds Rogers. Reiser. Her pass inside, out of bounds. Looking for Chelsea Warren. That's turnover number 10 on Cincinnati. And 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here in the 3rd. And a blocking foul called on Chelsea Warren. And that's her 2nd.
Both players go down hard.
It's the 5th team foul, so free throws coming up for ECU. A chance to cut it to 10. Late in the 3rd quarter, Raven Johnson at the line, a 68% free throw shooter. Had a double-double against USF on Wednesday night in the last game with the Pirates. She had 15 points, 10 rebounds in that game. That's her 3rd point of this game, as ECU is 8 of 9 at the stripe tonight.
Well, Raven Johnson is this team's leading scorer and rebounder, and right now 3 points on the evening. And her team needs her scoring.
About a 1.5 difference shot clock to game clock now. The Bearcats can virtually hold to the last shot of the 3rd quarter, leading by 11. Shot clock at 10. Rogers with 5 to shoot. Finds Reiser with 3. Goings has to put it up and rims out. Rebound by G, and now the third quarter buzzer sounds, and that's the end of 3 quarters of play. At the end of 3, Michelle Clark, Hers Club on the road, leading by 11 here in Greenville, 50-39. You're watching American Conference Women's Basketball here on ESPN3.
Of those 38 rebounds have been offensive rebounds, and that they've converted those into 15-second chance points. So that's just a lot of extra effort by the Bearcats. And I just think the other big story is LaShonda Monk and Raven Johnson, the 2 leading scorers for East Carolina, combined 2 for 16, both getting some points from the free throw line, but combined for 9 points on this contest. As we see, Destiny Campbell again.
Her 14th point of the game, all of her points coming off the bench tonight. She filled in for Desiree Corbin, who got 2 quick personals in the first quarter. And then Campbell has come in nicely to pick up the slack, and now they have both Corbin and Campbell in the game at the same time for the first time tonight.
And it gives them some nice size. And we asked Coach Mealing, they needed some extra scoring, and she knew it. And we said, where is it going to come from? And she said, Campbell, Frazier, Williams. And right now, Destiny Campbell answering the call.
Over the back foul called on Nakira Goings for Cincinnati, and that's her first. So Pirates cut it to 9 with 9:09 to go.
And the Pirates have played from behind several times this season. They know how to get this done. If they can get their press going and convert on the offensive end, and right there an errant pass, just too strong.
Here's Miller, finds the cutting riser down the lane.
Pretty passing. All started by Sam Rogers with that long look-ahead pass. Just so many little things well that don't show up in the stat sheet.
Riser with 8 points, right at her season average here in this game. Monk trying to create, draws the foul. She'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Nice job by Monk to split the defense on that screen. And you watch Sam Rogers here, head up all the time, leads the break. That creates this opportunity at the rim and the easy bucket. Such a smart player.
Monk at the line, and the first one goes in. She has 7, ECU 9 of 11 at the line. Makes this one, it is down to single digits.
This is where Monk's been doing the bulk of her scoring right now. 6 for 6 on the evening.
Down to a 9-point game. Bearcats lead with 8:35 to go. Miller, Rogers, Riser, Thomas, Sifa, the 5 of the court right now for Cincinnati.
Nice job by the Pirates, denial defense.
Thomas finds Miller, 5 to shoot. Miller from the foul line, tough shot, and gets the roll. Miller now with 15 points in the game.
So great with the pull-up. That was just beautiful.
Kicked ball by Riser. Stays with East Carolina as Frazier comes back into the game for ECU, and Johnson will take a seat. So it's Monk, Frazier, Campbell, Corbin, and Hope, the 5 of the floor for ECU.
Coach Clark Hurd told us of Antoinette Miller that she just does whatever is asked of her. You can just see the focus she plays with, and every time she goes over to the bench, Coach speaks to her, and she just shakes her head as we see Nicole Hope from downtown knocking down the 3.
That's her 2nd basket, her 4th point. And the lead is down to 9 points again. Miller again from the foul line, well short, out of bounds. Back to ECU. It's an ECU team which has dropped 2 in a row. 2 games they felt they let get away. And the last week, it has lost 8 of its last 11. Meanwhile, Cincinnati has won 8 of its last 10.
Well, East Carolina getting outscored 19-8 in the final 10 minutes in the recent loss to South Florida. Really trying to correct that tonight.
Hope rims out that 3. Riser rebounds. Here's Rogers. With exactly 7 minutes to go, Bearcats lead it by 9 points. Thomas against Monk. Sifa trying to find Rogers. Shot clock at 8.
Pirates in the 2-3 zone.
Miller inside, floats it up and left it short. Corbin the rebound for ECU. And quickly over to Hope. Hope down the lane, finds Campbell, and they call an offensive foul on Nicole Hope.
Nicole Hope's done a nice job coming in and making great contributions to her team. Right there, just trying to push it in transition and just a little bit too far. Nice defense by the Bearcats. Great tempo control. Bearcats can take their time, work this clock to their advantage as we get close to the 6-minute mark.
Reiser, mismatch against Monk, 10 to shoot. Here's Rogers. Goings, making a Sifa rather. Reverse layup, and lays it in.
Wow, Florence Sifa just coming on strong, getting the start again tonight and taking advantage of her minutes.
Back up to a double-digit lead of 11 points for Cincinnati. Ball deflected out of bounds off of Thomas. Stays with ECU.
That 3-2 zone has been really effective for the Bearcats. Really holding the Pirates right now, only 45 points.
East Carolina averages 61.3. As you said, has 45 right now, 7 to shoot. Here's Frazier. Frazier with 3, finds Monk, she has to put it up, 2 to shoot. At the buzzer, hits the backboard, and that's it, shot clock violation.
Both these teams working so hard on the defensive end, extending their defense, changing their defense. See the face guard on Antoinette Miller by Nicole Hope. Just trying to limit her touches.
Miller draws 4 players, finds Rogers at the corner.
Pirates going to stay in this 2-3 zone. Press back into the zone. Sifa with the pull-up.
And knocks it down. 16 points for Sifa, and it's back up to a 13-point game. Monk, a 3. Book it. LaShonda Monk with her first tray of the game. She has 11 points.
And she has not gotten a lot of open looks tonight.
I believe that's the first 3-pointer made by ECU tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
They have struggled from behind the arc. LaShonda Monk had plenty of time on that one.
Sifa, 10 to shoot. Bearcats just milking the clock with a 10-point lead. Miller with 6, finds Reiser and puts it in. 10 points for Reiser, and the lead is up to a dozen again. Exactly 4 minutes to go. Monk, another 3. Good!
She is a gamer. Steps it up when its game is on the line, giving it her all.
East Carolina now 2 of 10 on 3-point shots in this game. Cincinnati, not much better, 3 of 11.
Pirates need stops on the defensive end right now.
Rogers wide open for the 3. Count it. That's Rogers' first points of the game. It extends the lead to 12. Timeout taken by Nicole Mealing and East Carolina. 3:24 to go in the game, and the Bearcats on the road lead it by 12.
Turnovers into points.
12 points off turnovers for Cincinnati. 7 points off turnovers for ECU. Right now, it's a 12-point advantage for Cincinnati. 3:20 to go. ECU with the ball trailing by a dozen, trying to snap a 2-game losing skid.
Now we've got Florence Sifa in denial on LaShonda Monk.
Raven Johnson from the baseline, no. Fight for the rebound, Frazier has it. Goes up strong and puts it in.
Alex Frazier had just given everything she's got tonight. She's played so tough. Pirates, to get back in this game, they've got to score and they've got to get stops every possession on the defensive end.
Time is a factor, just 2:43 to go.
Alex Frazier in the face guard on Antoinette Miller, but we're going to get a foul on the block.
And we get a timeout on the floor with 2:41 to go in Minges Coliseum in Greenville. Cincinnati on the road leads it 63-53 on ESPN3. Cincinnati 12-1 this year when holding opponents under 60 points in a game. ECU 1-10 when scoring under 60 in a game.
Well, we knew the Bearcats could put up big numbers. They're third in the conference in scoring offense, and we knew that the Pirates were going to have to probably put 70 points on the board. Credit the Bearcat defense for really limiting good looks and holding the Pirates right now to just 53 points.
Here's Sifa, who has a new season high in this game of 16 points. She's been outstanding with the basketball. And there she goes again, this time off balance and off the mark. But she got her own offensive rebound. New shot clock as well for Cincinnati. Approaching 2 minutes to go and leading by 10.
And Cincinnati is just going to take their time and go into a little weave here and use this shot clock up. Take it down probably to around 7. Oh, maybe take it to the rim. 7 seconds. Oh, and there's Rogers looking for another 3.
And fight for the rebound. Offensively, it's taken by Reiser. Another new shot clock reset for Cincinnati with 1:50 to go.
That's 2 offensive rebounds in a row and not what you want to see if you're the Pirates. Pirates have fouls to give. Only their 3rd foul right now, so they've got 2 more before they can even send the Bearcats to the free throw line.
Now they're just playing keep away, still a foul to give. They give it right there. That's team foul number 4, and 1 more. Then they'll put the Bearcats on the line. Thomas, over and back. That's exactly what East Carolina wanted. Stops the clock with 1:37 to go.
Good patience right there and creates the turnover, and this is a golden opportunity right here for ECU. Score and get a stop. 4-possession game. They've got to do it quickly. They don't need a 3. They can attack the basket, and we've got a timeout by Coach Mealing just as LaShonda Monk turned the corner going to the rim.
So a full timeout taken by acting head coach Nicole Mealing. And East Carolina with 1:29 to go, and the Pirates at home trailing by 10, trying to avoid a 3-game losing skid. Meanwhile, Cincinnati comes in winners of 3 of its last 4 and 8 of its last 10. This is a Cincinnati team that played at UConn back in January, lost to the Huskies by 44, but then got a rematch against UConn in early February and only lost at home by 10. That's a pretty good improvement against the almighty in the country of Burundi in Africa. You talked about it, a lot of political unrest in that country, and was able to get out of there and go play junior college ball in Texas, now playing in the D1 ranks for Coach Clark Hurd at Cincinnati. A huge factor for the Bearcats today as Monk fires up a 3. That's off the mark, and skying for the rebound is Antoinette Miller. Approaching 1 minute to go.
You wonder when East Carolina is going to foul. He's switching there, and there's the foul. I don't know if they wanted that, but the official on that call.
Fouls on Justice G, and Florence Sifa has a chance to add to her season and career high here this afternoon with free throws.
And Sifa's a 66% free throw shooter, so not a bad person to foul. Pirates are gonna have to get this ball in and down the floor and get a quick score if they want to stay in this one.
1 of 2 for Sifa. She has 17.
Token pressure by the Bearcats to slow the Pirates down.
And not sure if that was a pass or a shot. It was deflected nonetheless. It's out of bounds. And it stays with ECU. As Desiree Corbin comes in for the Pirates, replacing Raven Johnson.
This drive to the basket, and I don't know if it was a pass or a shot, but deflected nonetheless, which puts the ball back in the hands of the Pirates, and they are going back to the free throw line. LaShonda Monk did another hustle play.
Looked like that shot slash pass was deflected by Rogers. Out of bounds, and now Monk is fouled. 14 points, 10 of those in the second half.
She's a 78% free throw shooter, and she's been so accurate from the line in this contest. This make will cut it to a 3-possession game.
Monk at the line, native of Greensboro, played at Guilford High School. And the second one rolls in. She has 16, and now Nicole Kneeling will set up her defense as Campbell comes out and Nicole Hope comes back in.
I like the substitution by Coach Mealing, enabling her team to get into their press.
Thomas over to Rogers, finds Miller.
And you wonder when the East Carolina is going to foul. The clock continues to tick. Bearcats going into their weave.
Steal by Monk against Sifa. And Sifa blocked it, but there's Johnson to lay it in. That's it down to a 7-point game. And now a foul on Alex Frazier.
Great hustle by the Pirates. That's quick hands by LaShonda Monk, unable to convert, but there's her teammate to clean it up and finish it. Raven Johnson, the two, they've both struggled tonight, combining on that effort.
Reiser at the line has 10 points, a 64% free throw shooter, at 9 points, 7 rebounds in her last game in the win on Wednesday versus Tulsa. She has 11.
Bearcats just have so many scoring weapons, and Amari Thomas, who's their leading scorer, just not having her best offensive game, but slack is picked up by so many other players.
Timeout taken by East Carolina. 34 seconds to go, and it's back up to a full 3-possession game. 66-57, Cincinnati with the lead, 34 seconds to go.
And we'll see what the Bearcats choose to do here. East Carolina, again, is going to have to get a quick score. Not waste too much time on the offensive end. Bearcats want to stay hands off, not foul, not stop the clock, not put the Pirates on the line.
These two teams, after tonight, will have a full week off, as Cincinnati won't play again until next Saturday, March 2nd, at home against South Florida. Meanwhile, East Carolina also with a full 7-day break, as it won't play again until next Saturday, March 2nd, on the road at Tulsa.
ECU able to advance the ball, and there's the quick shot we talked about.
G missing the 3, fight for the rebound. Rogers has it for Cincinnati. They get it to Reiser. And down low, wide open is Miller, and she'll just lay it in, and that's the coup de grace for Cincinnati. 17 points for Miller. Shot clock turned off, 15 seconds to go. Monk one more time. Left it short, out of bounds to Cincinnati with 11.7 to go.
Nice job by Florence Sifa going over to help Monk up. The Bearcats will get probably one more opportunity to inbound this ball. Face guard on Miller. I think Pirates just going to play this out.
Sifa with 5 to go. And she can just hold on to the basketball. It's taken by Monk momentarily. Buzzer sounds, and that is it. And Cincinnati has now won 9 of its last 11 games and now has its 18th win of the year, beating East Carolina 68-57.
On Cincinnati, great win, securing themselves that first-round bye in the conference tournament. You have to commend the effort of both teams. The Pirates played so hard, but Cincinnati, so many scoring weapons, so solid defensively. A great job on the board, a great team effort by the Bearcats to secure this win.
So for Debbie Taylor and the rest of our ESPN3 crew, Brock Bowling saying so long from Greenville. The final score, Cincinnati 68, East Carolina 57. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and are archived on the ESPN app. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night from Minji's Coliseum.